You know about force which is giving you 1 Newton, which is approximately 100 gram like, and you know that the Newton who actually gave us all trouble because he discovered so many things and forcing us to learn all the time. And you people are either, when I was student, my teacher used to beat me if I can't answer a question, and then if I just come back home and tell my parent that because of this teacher beat me and given me punishment, then I used to get another punishment from my parent, and they used to say yes, what they did is the right thing. So that's why we never used to rather tell what is happening in the school, because but now situation is different. I'm not supporting physical punishment by teachers, but of course spare the rod, spoil the child. That I said when I was in UK. There is a school. First I joined in Canterbury, and then there is a session. I said that the you people generally say the spare the rod, spoil the child. I'm not in support of physical punishment, but there must be some measure which can control the situation. Otherwise, a mass teaching won't be possible. But anyway, so you know that Newton's different laws regarding force and all, first law, second law, third law. I'm not going into detail of that, but you know that every action, third law says the action having equal and opposite reaction, and that's another point is they act on two different bodies. That generally we don't say, but that's not part, but that must be very important, because otherwise action reaction you can't, they cancel each other, then it comes into the body's inside, like you are sitting on a boat having sail and you have a fan which you are blowing over the same boat, and you are blowing air over the sail, but boat is not moving. So that's why, because it's on the same boat, action reaction happening, so they neutralize, they balances each other. So generally Newton's third law, we have to say that they act on the, two different bodies. So every action and reaction having different action and reaction equal and opposite, that means they act opposite in direction, but also they act on two different bodies. Fine. Now I have a small thing having a wooden board. Of course it has many experiments which actually I say as a point 3. One experiment, different physics, because one experiment, if you go to different physics, that gives you challenge about cognitive. You know, cognitive means the functional part here, the frontal lobe, where you can infer, conclude and all this. So this is called cognitive part, how much you can conclude. So the cognitive part, how you are rather thinking by yourself and then making it more analytical part of your brain. Then also it gives you challenges, because if you can think of different physics, I mean different part of physics, that means you can think many things. So that's give you a challenge to tell, which leads to innovation. That's why that you can be an innovator. So that you can relate and you can make things out of, people sometimes say nothing, but you say many things. Like, you know, that the Rabindranath Tagore, there is, I forgot that poem, but it says, it is you who said that this become diamond, it's a diamond, so it become diamond. It is you who said it is a chuni, it become chuni. So that's why now if there is a tree, somebody says it's a simple tree. Somebody says, oh, so green, hara bhara. Someone says, oh, it's so much of habitat of animals, so many birds and all. You see, each and everyone is seeing different. Somebody says, you know, it is so nice with the blue sky background, and it's giving you oxygen also, carbon dioxide absorbing. So you see that it is you who is rather qualifying the world. World is as it is, remaining as it is. It is you who is rather telling different things with the different observations. Then you are creating science. And that's the way it is called challenges and innovation. And lateral thinking, side-by-side thinking. How in many ways you can think. Like, why some people seems to be clever before they smile, before they speak. There is a question I ask that why some people seems to be clever before they speak. question is কেন কিছু লোকে যেমন আমাকে দেখলে খুব চালাক মনে হয় যতক্ষণ আমি কথা বলছি जब तक ना हम बात कर रहे हैं तब तक लगता है कि हम बहुत माने क्लेवर आदमी हैं क्यों ऐसा क्यों है lateral thinking answer is because light travels faster than sound क्योंकि light में you see but sound comes afterwards then you realize ये वो तो बकवास कर रहा है so that is why so this is a lateral thinking because answer is a logical answer and that's why people give in examinations of different figures nowadays the job interview or examination is quite different than our time because so many figures so many how many way because a problem comes you know in England when I was there they give science students in a bank job and all because any problem which is coming in bank people think it's a commerce but it's not commerce because how many ways you can think to solve that problem is more important than the way you are solving so unless you are not knowing and the science people generally they have more cognitive part and that's why they can think more laterally many ways for the same problem that's why they get more non-science job apparently we think which is a convention in our country so that's the thing anyway so you see that one experiment different physics we have so here we have many different physics with one experiment but as I was talking about Newton's third law let me have one thing this weight is let me just check with this this is a digital I'm not showing the reading on that side so this is your 30 gram weight fine this is a ring magnet it has also yes 30 gram and this is also 30 gram right now you see what I am doing I am not going to say what I am doing because you have to see what I am doing right so how much is the weight altogether I said I can repeat but I am not saying what I am doing you have to tell so this is 30 gram each ring magnet I measured 30 gram each so all three are actually 30s fine so this is 30 gram I am leaving this on so how much is the answer with the magnet ring magnet and that stand holder so that you have to tell now this is in which mode attractive or repulsive attractive or repulsive these two are fixed with together fine now there are two magnets I am just leaving now as it was before then with a single ring magnet and with another ring magnet in which mode they are placed now you see how much it will be all three together okay thank you now I am just leaving it other way around in which mode it is floating in air which mode it is fine now can you tell me what will be the weight of this whole thing because it's floating in air I am just leaving can you just predict because science always demands prediction which I didn't write actually but I could have write all the observations then by observing you can predict also and that prediction when you just prove with the experiment then you just slowly go into further inferences and that's called systematic study so now you have seen you measured all three separately 30 30 30 I left it in this way where all three were together there is no gap between two magnets and now I am just leaving on the other way around and you set the weight of these three together where there is no gap between two ring magnets now I am just leaving this other ring magnet top one other way around so that it is floating and not having a physical contact it's floating in air and not having physical contact so and then I'll just try to measure can you just predict what will be the total weight of this system having two magnets and the holder. So I'm just leaving, and I'm actually intentionally not, so I'm just leaving on the measuring digital weight meter over there. Now tell me the total system having, and then we'll conclude further about this experiment.